Okay, I'm Andrew Harris. I'm a senior building surveyor for the National Trust. I'd always been interested in history and historic buildings, and since qualifying I'd always wanted to work for the National Trust because of the variety and the buildings that you get involved in. And when the role came up, I didn't think I stood a chance of getting it because I didn't have that much conservation experience, but was fortunate enough to secure the role.
Fantastic.
And haven't looked back since. Normally we would just get on and do the building work, but here we wanted to engage with our visitors and engage with our supporters.
Yeah.
So just this massive scaffolding and overcoming the issues with getting such a massive scaffold on site and allowing the public up here.
No, and it's fantastic.
It is.
Really is great.
It is. It is literally once in a lifetime opportunity to get up above a mansion, look down and see the work going on at such close quarters, and our visitors being able to talk to the guys doing the work. From that point of view, for this project, it's been absolutely amazing.
Brilliant.
For me, it's just it's the variety and just the different styles of building that we have. Every day's a school day for me, and we're always learning.
Yeah.
So there's almost every day, there's always something new. So obviously we're dealing with buildings like this, so this dates back to Tudor period, 1500s, right through to previously I've done the first installation of a hydroelectric turbine in London. So right from sort of Tudor times through to absolutely cutting edge technology been dealing with. So it's just that variety and getting involved.
Job satisfaction.
Exactly, it is, absolutely. And as I say, seeing a job from start to finish.
Yeah. It must
It's
be
amazing.
Really amazing.
It is amazing, yeah. I feel, and I'm sure lots of my colleagues do, feel really privileged to be able to work on these sort of buildings. So we've got specialists within the trust that I, as project manager for this project, draw on their speciality. So everything from an archaeologist who's interested in looking at the timbers and recording the timbers.
Yeah.
We have a curator in terms of how things look. We have a conservator. Then there's obviously the property team here who look after the property.
Yeah.
And then just to open this walkway, it's staffed by volunteers. So we've got over 100 volunteers that we rely on to keep this open.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, we've got all the external consultants that we draw upon. So an architect, structural engineer, quantity surveyor. So my role as project manager is to draw all of those people together in order to.
That must be an undertaking in itself.
It is, absolutely, yeah. But we've worked with such wonderful people.
I think they've all got that common.
Exactly, they've got real passion for what they do, absolute experts in what they do. So it's a real pleasure to work with them.
Great.
So when we started on this project back in 2015, just making sure we got all the bat surveys and had that time to do all the surveys, so we understood, particularly on the ecology, where the bats are, and then bats drove this programme, so we weren't able to work on the chapel roof until the maternity roofs had left.
Yeah.
So it's just making sure, again, drawing in our expert ecologists to help us through that sort of minefield, and ended up getting the licence to be able to do this work. A lot of the surveyors that join the trust do so without a lot of conservation experience. I would say if you are a building surveyor and you want to work for the trust, don't feel that perhaps you have to be already a conservation expert.
Okay.
The trust is very good at training building surveyors up to become experts.
Yeah.
As I say, there's lots of on-the-job training. As I say, every day's a school day. Don't be put off if you're not an expert in conservation. If you're a building surveyor and you're interested in history and historic buildings, go for it.
Fantastic. That's great, Andrew. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.